Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
It's time for your second dose of Dismal Disney for the day. We're going to talk about how the mainstream media is finally realizing that adult Disney fandom is very much like a cult or a religion.
No.
You don't say.
I'm on the different boards, like the annual pass holder boards, some of the different Disney boards. And if anybody even remotely says, hey, I didn't have a great trip because this happened, and even if they're like, I understand this could happen, but it kind of was a bummer for me, people will jump down their throats. If you have any opinion other than it is the most glorious, magical thing ever, I got flown to Disney on my own pixie dust farts, and it is a miracle. It's rainbows and love, and everything is the bestest thing ever. And even when shitty things happen, you're supposed to just say thank you, Disney, because it was magical, because it was there.
Thank you, Jesus. I mean, Mickey.
Yeah, pretty much. It is like a cult. And people were commenting on these boards like, well, I joined it because I wanted to talk about Disney, but you're not allowed to have any opinion other than it is the best thing ever.
This could potentially, and we've talked about this at length, and actually our biggest detractors, a lot of them have some overlap with the Disney fandom, but this could potentially explain a lot of things. One, why Marvel and Star Wars fans have become so batshit crazy over the last couple of years, because they on the Venn diagram, they're also Disney fans. So you've got Disney, Marvel, and Disney Star Wars fans that are part of this cult, right?
Well, where they all meet in the center is insanity.
The hub of insanity. And this also explains why Disney doesn't give a shit if your family can go anymore. They don't care. They're going to keep jacking the prices and appealing to adults.
Well, this is why they keep making sure they mention during the investor calls over and over and over again. By the way, half of our subscribers don't have children. Well, I'm not surprised by that in any way, shape, or form, because I've been part of these boards for years. I've been going to conventions for years. I could have told them this. They act so surprised. So, like, we're not going to focus on kids and families, which is fine. You're going to be an adult and go to Disney. I'm not judging people for liking Disney that are adults. I want to make that clear. I'm talking about the ones that take it way too far.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about this because this is sort of the unified theory of everything. This is the audience Disney wants. This is who they're building these luxury homes for. And this is why they don't care about your kids, and they don't care about your family, your middle-class family, whatever. They want these people.
However, I do have to admit, I do like her outfit. I like her outfit going on here, though. I do have to admit.
I am a bit of a Donaldist. Google it. Anyway, I used to work on those books for years. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 270,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We do talk a lot about Disney, having worked in and around the company for a number of years. Our saltiest detractors, a lot of them tend to be Disney people or Disney adjacent Disney crazies, and they don't like the fact that we exist, and they keep
pixie dusters,
and they keep throwing in our faces that they're like, well, you got kicked out of the kingdom.
It's funny. Well, we didn't. We left on our own. But beyond that, it's funny because we don't hate. I mean, we hate what Disney's doing recently, but we have a whole room. I actually haven't been using it lately, but we have a whole room at the studio dedicated just to Disney stuff to record. We do Disney videos. It's like, we get that. We get that you're Disney adults like Disney and they want to buy Disney stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not mocking people for that. We're talking about the people that are so high on pixie dust that they cannot understand that not everything is the bestest thing ever.
Yeah, so they said that there are many Disney adults who have meaningful connections to Disney that go beyond the basic fandom. This Eichler Levine, is this person? No, it's a different person who defended their fandom. Has spoken out as a defender of Disney adults, says those connections are tremendously misunderstood.
Well, I think when people get upset, okay, we see the story, like another one person was crying because they saw Goofy, and there's a bunch of people mocking it. Why is an adult crying of that? No, I do know there's been some cases of people seeing a character and they burst into tears, but you don't know the whole story on some of these things. I know the one person they did was because they had cancer, and they had just got, not this necessarily this story, but they had just gotten cleared, and they finally got to go back to Disney again. So when they saw Mickey, it made them cry because, they've been through so much. Yeah. So, I mean, I oftentimes think there's more to it than what you see. So I would never shame somebody for being so excited to see a character they cried. I mean, I wouldn't do that. That's just shit. But what I'm talking about the people that are so obsessed that they shame anybody else that they don't love everything about it.
Yeah, so they're saying, hey, lead with empathy, don't criticize Disney adults. And there are tons of stories. It's just the last couple of days that they've come out. And again, this is Disney pivoting to this market. Disney knows. Here's the thing. the fact that they're calling it a religion is very accurate, because
it is kind of like that.
We've said before, it's kind of like an abusive relationship. Like, I mean, the hurt that you could hear in the voices of Disney influencers that got tossed aside like garbage, not us, but other people, when they realized,
we chose it.
Yeah, we chose Liz. Like, whatever, this is bullshit. But there were some people that were very shocked at the way that Disney treated their cast members during the pandemic, and they were shocked that they were, barred from going to the parks, even though they centered their lives around these theme parks, and they were hurt because they were shunned. It's like the Amish community. You got freaking shunned, and it hurts you because this is like the most important thing in your life. They said that these adults are normal. They're not crazy. People who hate Disney adults often aren't taking the time to understand why this is so powerful.
No. See, I understand why it's so powerful because I've been there. But here's the thing. The difference is, I'm not talking about those who love Disney and that's their own thing and they just love Disney and they keep it to themselves. What I think, some of these people, it is like a religious cult where you are not allowed to criticize Disney for anything, or they will literally send you death threats and harass you. We have had that happen.
That's the thing. Like, I don't dunk on people. If they want to go to theme parks, you want to spend money. It's fine. Well, I mean, we can't say anything. We've literally.
No. Hey, I've cried when I went to Disney World before. Now, granted, I hadn't been for years and years and years, and I was excited because I was taking my children, and my children saw it and made me cry. But it wasn't like, it isn't like, it's just, there's a difference between that and then like being so obsessed that anybody who has any kind of negative talk about Disney at all, even for valid reasons, should be silenced. That's the difference.
They're glossing over that. They're trying to basically get you to empathize with the people who are huge Disney fans. They said, are there structural critiques to be made of the Walt Disney Company? Sure, but just because something is capitalistic doesn't mean it's entirely tainted. Something can make money but also bring people great joy and meaning. That is true, but
yeah, they're deliberately trying to play nice because they got these people on there. So they're like, and like I said, sometimes when you see people respond in a way to a character like crying, there might be more to the story than what you know. And I have seen this myself, before, and I don't usually get like too judgy with people for that because I understand why that might be important to them. What I'm talking about is the fact that it is like a religious cult when you get onto these blogs and these boards and you are allowed to say nothing negative about Mickey. And it was really, really bad when we first started doing this on YouTube. Now a lot of them have changed sides now that it's fashionable.
Oh, that pisses me off. We used to get all kinds of threats because we would come up in people's recommendations and they were subscribed to all the Pixie Duster channels. And then once
the Pixie Duster channels, same channels now are like, oh, Disney, what the hell?
They're like, we don't like Clownfish TV. They're so negative. And actually, when we first started, we weren't as bad as we are now. Because we've just gotten sick of the shit, and actually a lot of these Pixie Dusters have turned us more against Disney because I'm like, these are the people threatening our families.
But these YouTube channels that are like up Disney's ass were like sending people to harass us, and then meanwhile now in the last year or two they're saying the exact same things we said.
Well, here's a professor of religion, Jody Eichler-Levine, Lehigh University, researching Disney and its connections to religion. How world religions intersect with Disney and how Disney itself functions as a religion.
It does.
One of the ways that Disney is like a religion to some, according to this person, is as a pilgrimage. People see their trips to Disney in a very reverent light. People will go there and talk about being transformed or making crucial memories, and they'll go to make particular lifestyle events like announcing a pregnancy.
Yes. The engagement's a big one.
Or after they've gotten through treatment for an illness. So it's basically Disney has become Mecca for a lot of people.
Well, I can understand some of these things, like a major event, like an engagement, or you had an illness, because it's a very expensive thing, and you're spending a lot of money to make it like something memorable. And Disney will be happy to take your money, so I can kind of understand it, but it does become a bit crazy.
It does, and again, it's like if you want to go, you want to spend the money, and that's on you. And
it's your business.
We've spent over the years, countless thousands of dollars on Disney merchandise, Disney trips, I
still buy Disney stuff.
She still buys Disney stuff.
I'm like, I'm not condemning anybody who does. I just say buy what you like. But what I'm saying is you have to understand, too, that you're allowed to be critical. It doesn't make you not a fan.
Right. So the opposite, and what they're not covering in this article, which actually kind of pisses me off, is the dark side of religion, when the religion turns into a cult, and then the cult tries to shun you or drive you out of town or
drive you off a board,
drive you shoot yourself or something. I mean, seriously, it's absolutely
send you death threats,
bonkers. And we've dealt with the darker side of the Disney fandom. And again, to these people, to a lot of them, you are literally insulting their God. Mickey here, the Mickey statue.
How's it going, Nate?
How's it going, Nate?
How's it going?
And they can't stand it. They can't stand it. Plus, I think it also makes them extra salty that if this is a religion, we were very close to God. Okay, we were at the right hand of their
pretty much.
And we got to the top of the mountain, and they gave us the stone tablets, and we just threw them down and walked off. And they can't stand it because we got what they wanted. Like all of them, like they would kill to have the opportunities that we had, and we did. Disney would fly us in, they'd pay for everything. We got to talk to Imagineer, we got to all this stuff. We literally made a living talking about Disney, covering Disney. We got to live the dream that they wanted.
I still have a blog talking about Disney.
Yeah, but we got to do it. And that's what they wanted, because to them, that's like, oh my God, you literally...
It's the Holy Grail.
It's the Holy Grail. This is what we want, to get paid.
And I'll tell you, unlike the Indiana Jones movies, it's actually a gold cup. It's not the wooden one.
We got to drink from the golden cup.
But when you do...
All the Beverly you can
right, it looks
chug.
cold on the outside, then you find all the stuff on the inside. It's not as good as you thought it was going to be.
And we walked away from it. And not only that, we walked away and we started criticizing the company. You know, it's like leaving Scientology.
When you get close to it, you can see all the shit that goes down.
You can. And that's why I was not surprised when they started tossing their cast members overboard. I'm like, no, this definitely gels with everything that we've seen. So yeah, it feels like in our case, like we left Scientology and they were trying to discredit us for years and run us down.
Well, that's really extreme of it.
Well, I know it's extreme, but I'm saying if we're talking religions, that's kind of what it felt like. It was
like
we had all these people that just turned us. They wouldn't write for us. They wouldn't associate with us.
I still have that's true, but I still have a blog, and we still go down to cover stuff, and we still have people that go down to cover stuff. Yeah, and so we can be honest.
Yeah.
We were honest, but then they paid for it, and that got us in trouble. But anyway, the point I'm making is, even though Neon just took this whole other tangent and made it way darker, is that a lot of these there's a lot of people who are really, really all about Disney, and they cry over a character doesn't necessarily mean that, they should be made fun of, because they might have a very good reason. But I've also seen the other side where you can get so disillusioned and so insanely attached to this that any negative talk or any talk that you perceive as negative should be dealt with swiftly and terminally. Yeah. And it's insane. Now, I don't know how they're going to handle this, because right now there's this story that's going around, which is hilarious. But this is kind of how Disney works. So apparently there's a couple, and they got married at Disney Park, and they had one of the Mickey weddings. Now, the Disney weddings are ridiculous. You can expect minimum $50,000 to have a wedding at the castle. Yeah. Now, they have different venues with different prices, so just keep that in mind. But they brought all their guests in. The guests had to come in, at their own expense, I'm sure, and everything else for this wedding. But when they got there, they didn't have food, because apparently her parents had budgeted food money, but they used it on 2 30-minute sessions with Mickey and Minnie.
Yes, it was more important to have Mickey and Minnie at your wedding than to feed your guests. This actually was mentioned. It was mentioned in that article on NPR. Yeah. They said this is an extreme example.
It got put on Reddit of, am I the asshole for not having catering at my wedding?
I'm always the asshole.
My fiance, or myself, 28, my fiance, just got married 2 months ago, and we had our dream wedding. Everything was perfect, and I mean everything. My parents and his parents helped us pay for a great chunk of the wedding so we would be debt-free, and we are so eternally grateful for that. I'm like, whatever. The issue arose about a month and a half ago, and my aunt started posting on Facebook about how disappointed she was that the whole ordeal and a few guests sided with her. My background, my fiance and I are huge Disney fans. We travel to Disney World as much as we can throughout the year. Maybe you could have stopped the trip just to, pay for food. Disney is such an important part, not only to us, but also to our marriage. Oh, that's sad. The issue was with our decision to not offer catering services, bar services at our wedding, due to routing the money towards having a wedding Minnie and Mickey make appearances at our special day. The cost to have both Mickey and Minnie for a good chunk of time, 30 minutes for each session, was almost exactly what our parents allotted us for our catering budget. So we scheduled an appearance during our first dance and our wedding photos, foregoing served food, though there are plenty of facilities at the venue where people could eat at their cost. My parents were still very supportive of us, and everyone else is being passive aggressive. Am I the asshole? And then they edited. Oh, this post got taken down, by the way. Edited. To those who asked if the guests were warned, we clearly outlined the invitations that there was food available at the venue. We didn't exactly spell out every restaurant's menu, but it was clearly mentioned.
It's available. That means you're supposed to feed them.
There's also vending machines.
Oh, vending machines.
Here, go get a Kit Kat. Go get a Snickers. You're being a bitch when you don't have Snickers.
You're hangry.
Where's my gift?
You're trying to ruin our wedding.
Edit 2. For everyone saying it's too much for 30 minutes, I want to clarify that was 2 30-minute sessions on different days. $2,750 was the cost for one session. So they paid $2,750 for Mickey and Minnie to stand there for 30 minutes during their wedding dance awkwardly. And apparently they had a special lunch photo session that they paid for the photographers to eat and their immediate family, but everybody else SOL, because that was the money budgeted for their food.
So here's the thing. You know the cast members wearing the suits
they can't eat.
They can't eat. The friends of Mickey, yeah, they get to stand there and they'll probably get paid $14 an hour.
Yeah.
To sit there in the heat and
watch you stuff
your face.
While you pay $2,700 for them to do it for $230. An hour time with Mickey and Minnie cost them over $5,000. I'm like, and then people were like, my mother would have paid the caterer directly and bypassed me. She thought for a minute we were having mice in lieu of food.
Yeah.
They fed the photographer, but not the grandma. They're talking about here. They said they had on this one, the actors joined this is a comment that the original poster had made. I'll go to Twitter. The actors joined my husband and I, as well as a photographer, for a private lunch. So
am I the asshole? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are the asshole.
But this is the thought process behind some of these people, and they're so self-absorbed, and look, I'm not trying to shame people. If you love Disney, by all means, I have no problem with you loving Disney. Do what you gotta do. But the issue,
Oh my God, they kicked the guests out.
Yeah, I saw that.
At this time, we invite the guests to wait outside as the bride and groom eat dinner with their immediate families.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what?
They're probably like, where's our gift?
That's what you do the night before. That's
What do you do? Eat with your family?
Yeah.
Wedding rehearsal dinner? I was very confused.
Dinner.
But I'm sure they wanted their gifts. I'm sure they registered.
No, you wait
until.
Did she wait until her wedding night to get goofy? Oh my God, was that like back in medieval times? Was it like first rites or whatever, where the knight could boink your wife? Does Goofy come in?
Ew.
So you're like, well, if you have a wedding at Disney, he gets to sleep with your wife first.
I don't think that's extra. I'm sure.
Extra.
And the thing is, they probably
That's probably about $3,000.
They would have probably paid it.
It's called getting goofy. Yeah.
But I'm just like, this is, do what you want to do, but don't go around and ask everybody else if they think you're an asshole for behaving badly, because they're going to tell you yes. I don't know what to tell you, but people do legitimately act like this is a religion, and any transgressions against their God shall be dealt with swiftly and fiercely.
It was crazy. They mentioned here, but they're like, oh, I got taken down. Yeah, and it is going around. Now Disney adult fans are trying to defend it, but again, it's not...
There's nothing wrong with liking Disney as an adult and going to Disney and spending your money at Disney. There's nothing wrong with it.
But again, this makes so much sense. Disney basically wants the extreme fans because they know they're going to spend ridiculous money. They don't want mom and dad and the kids eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the All-Star Resort.
No.
They want these people.
And there's nothing wrong with loving this stuff. The problem becomes when no one else is allowed to point out, and if there's something bad goes down, or they say, hey, I had a bad trip because, or I'm noticing a decline in service, and then you guys descend upon them and shame them into deleting their post, they get them banned from the board sometimes, and all that stuff. That is where it becomes insanity.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Now he's just tasty, delicious, rotten flesh meat, which I can consume. Don't read into it too much.
Just like our museum, the cafe's open and Brewster is eager to serve. I don't think this was in the show. Run. Oh, you got splatted. Oh, she was begging and you kicked her in the face.
I don't care.
Hey guys, Squid King here, and today we're in a...
Not girl boss at all. She is not a material girl.
She is not. Oh, it's Christmas time here in your mom. Nobody wants to join your mom.
What?
Like I can't even cook kid cuisine right. I would last about 2 minutes with Gordon Ramsay.
What? Where is he?
He's hiding. He's hiding from you.
He better.
Oh my God, you got the axe.
Walker, does this look like Steven Universe? Let me punch him. Well, I'm just here for the wax. Right where you you belong.
Get in the dirt.
Well, that was a combination of events I probably shouldn't have put together. Anyways, let's open this bottle too.
Chica Pinata. Is that official?
Oh, no.
There's a bootleg.
Hello. Ooh, sorry.
Hey guys, it's Diamond Tool.
Let's make a farm.
Like and subscribe and buy my merch.
I mean, while you're here, you guys should like really like and subscribe and buy our merch, all of which we have.
That is true. Can't run them carrying trash. You can get away with one F-bomb per PG-13 movie.
I wish I'd known that sooner.
No. All right, so we're going to wrap this effer up.
Yes.